meeting with the Education Minister in June, ASUU members say nothing substantial has been done to address their demands. The planned strike is the latest in a series of industrial actions by ASUU, which has been seeking improved working conditions, better funding for universities, and implementation of agreements with the government. The 21-day ultimatum expires in 3 weeks, leaving the government a short window to address ASUU's demands and avert another disruptive strike. Former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onnoghen, is set to resume his legal battle at the Court of Appeal in Abuja, seeking to overturn the 2019 judgment of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, CCT, that ordered his removal from office. Onnoghen's appeal, filed in 2019, challenges the CCT's jurisdiction, bias, and absence of fair hearing in its conviction of him on 6 counts of breach of Code of Conduct. The CCT had convicted Onnoghen in April 2019, leading to his removal as CJN, Chairman of the National Judicial Council and Chairman of the Federal Judicial Service Commission. The tribunal also ordered the forfeiture of his 5 bank accounts and the money in them, which Onnoghen allegedly failed to declare in his asset declaration form. Onnoghen's appeal is expected to be heard on Tuesday, with his lead counsel, Adegboyega Owomolu, arguing that the CCT's judgment was flawed and should be set aside. The outcome of this appeal could have significant implications for Onnoghen's legacy and the integrity of the Nigerian judiciary. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo has praised former President Olusegun Obasanjo for his recent remarks against the Igbo Must Go hashtag. Obasanjo has stated that those calling for the Igbo to leave Lagos will be the ones to leave, emphasizing that no one should be driven away from any part of Nigeria. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo noted with concern the ethnic profiling, hate speech, and inflammatory rhetorics against the Igbo in Lagos State, citing instances such as the threats by MC Oluomo to Igbo residents before the gubernatorial elections. The group commended Afenifere for standing up for Nigerians living in Yoruba land. Ohanaeze Ndigbo's Secretary General, Ambassador Oke Emuche, expressed gratitude for Obasanjo's intervention, highlighting his legendary commitment to equity and fairness. The group stressed that manifest consequences are needed for those promoting hate and division, and commended the Lagos State government's reassuring press release on the matter. Ahead of the governorship election in Edo State, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has scheduled Thursday, August 22, 2024, for the commencement of distribution of permanent voter cards, PVCs, in the state. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu made this announcement during a meeting with the resident electoral commissioners in Abuja. Our correspondent, Irene Okechukwu, completes the report.
The INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, said the permanent voters card will be available for collection in all the 192 wards in the state where the last continuous voter registration took place. He said the commission has developed a register containing, among other information, the names and photographs of the 184,438 voters to ease the collection of their PVCs.
Furthermore, the Commission has developed a register containing, among other information, the names and photographs of the 184,438 voters to ease the collection of their PVCs. The register has also been uploaded to our website to facilitate easy identification and collection of the cards.
Professor Yakubu, however, emphasized that PVCs must be personally collected by registered voters, as it is against the Commission's policy for cards to be collected by proxy.
It is important to emphasize that the Commission's policy that PVCs must be personally collected by registered voters has not changed. The cards will not be distributed or collected by proxy, so that they do not end up in the wrong hands. We urge voters who took their time to register during the CVR to also take time to collect their PVCs in person, and most importantly, to come out on election day and vote for the party of their choice.
Irene Okechukwu, Rapid TV News.
He has struck the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) with the sudden death of the resident electoral commissioner for Ogun State, Ni Ijalaye. Ijalaye slumped and died on Monday evening after a meeting of works at the commission's headquarters in Abuja. According to sources, Ijalaye had actively participated in the meeting, which focused on upcoming off-cycle governorship elections and vacant positions in the national and state assemblies. He was said to have returned to his hotel room after the meeting before the incident occurred. Ijalaye's death comes as a shock to the electoral community, and the commission is yet to issue a confirmation statement. He was appointed as Ogun State Rec in March 2022 and had been serving in all that capacity until his sudden demise. Troops of Operation Hadadiri Daji encountered an ambush by terrorists in the Bachaka Kuya forest in Sokoto State on August 10th, resulting in the loss of 4 personnel. The ambush occurred near the border with the Republic of Niger, according to a statement by Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba. During the firefight, several terrorists were killed and weapons and ammunition were recovered. The corpses of the killed terrorists revealed that the attack was perpetrated by a terror group from Niger Republic known as La Kurawa. The remaining members of the terror group escaped into Niger Republic, but troops are in pursuit to find and destroy them. The military has assured that the operation will continue to neutralize terrorist activities in the region. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has recorded 39 confirmed Mpox cases across 19 states and the Federal Capital Territory, with no reported deaths. The virus spreads through person-to-person contact with an infected human or contaminated materials. Ogun State reported the highest number of suspected cases, followed by Lagos and Bayelsa. Among confirmed cases, Bayelsa led with 5, while Enugu and Cross River each reported 4 confirmed cases. The NCDC noted a significant decrease in the suspected and confirmed cases compared to various years, with a 0.0% case fatality rate in 2024. The Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention has classified the Mpox outbreak as a public health emergency of continental security, with 2008 6 confirmed cases and 517 deaths recorded across 13 African countries in 2024. The NCDC continues to monitor the situation closely, urging the public to remain vigilant and take necessary precautions to prevent further spread of the virus. Meanwhile, Nigerians have been advised to avoid consuming undercooked bushmeat and contact with dead animals to prevent contracting the Mpox virus. According to Dr. Yusuf Mohammed, president of the National Association of Resident Doctors, Mpox is a zoonotic infection that affects animals and can be transferred to humans. Dr. Mohammed explained that the current strain of Mpox is new and poses a significant threat, as the antibody that humans have may not be able to protect against it. He described the initial symptoms as flu-like, including fever, chills, and exhaustion, often followed by a painful or itchy rash. Nigerians are advised not to panic, but to report suspected cases to the nearest health facilities for proper investigation and contact tracing. By taking preventive measures, Nigerians can reduce the risk of contracting the Mpox virus and stay safe. We celebrate the power of photography to capture life's precious moments. World Photography Day is a global tribute to the art, science, and craft of photography. Our correspondent Esther Melo sat down with the creative director of Signal Studio in Lagos to explore the significance of this day and how photographers are sharing their unique perspectives of the world. Let's take a look.
World Photography Day is celebrated annually on August 12th. It is an internationally recognized day for photographers to share their world with the rest of the world. Rapid TV had an exclusive interview with the creative director of Insignia Studio, Kola Oshalusi. He says photography is the fundamental of the visual creative space.
Photography is the fundamental of the visual creative space. It's the fundamental. You can't do anything in the visual creative space without photography. Everything created, even paint art, is an inflection of what you've seen and how it's been merged together. So an image you've seen and how your body has been, how your mind has been able to internalize it and recreate it is what you paint. Video is photography. Videography, cinematography is photography. It is multiple slices of images that are compressed and move fast.
Speaking on celebrating photographers, Color says photography has made him who he is.
But I think the ingenuity behind every single thing, every single year, has been one of the things that has, driven, my interest more in celebrating that day. And I mean, it's, to be very sincere, that's what has made me who I am, So yeah, super excited about this year's World Photography Day.
The theme for this year's World Photography Day is an entire day. Color shares the significance of the day.
This year's theme is unique, and I think it's one of the best themes we've had in recent years. So an entire day, and the whole narrative is pushing people and encouraging people to create history every day.
With the evolution of technology, AI is one aspect that have influenced photography in the creative space. And Color says we need to use AI to our advantage and change the narrative.
But you see, the beauty of artificial intelligence that people need to understand is it only build on what's existing. So, moving forward, should I be scared? I don't think so. Should I be excited? I really think so. Now, why? Why is I need to be able to train it to be able to give me what I want to see.
The business of photography is worth trillions of naira, hence the need for government and private sector to invest in the creative space of photography.
Photography is the base of it, and there is money hidden in it. All those areas have become sub-segments of computing. The same way, photography itself has sub-segments of it. So I think what the industry needs, to be very sincere, is for business people to move into the space and begin to explore the financial value potential of the photography space. Photography industry in Nigeria is currently worth over 2 trillion.
There is evidently huge potential in photography. We must harness and build the creative space of photography. Esther Omelo, Rapid TV, Lagos.
You're still watching Rapid Television News at this time. Don't go anywhere, still to come. IPMAN cries out over supply shortage as fuel scarcity worsens. For stories and more coming your way, we'll be right back.
Time is power. Our lives are powered by the sun. As the sun rises, so do we. As we trust it to rise and set without any worries interrupting your morning. With our hybrid all-in-one inverter, powering our prosperity and happiness. But also nurture what is dear to us, powering trust and support, empowering us to do things that really matters. Start Times Solar, power your life.
My name is Akio Sakido.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Leo Bliss.
My name is Akava, go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV. I love Rapid TV.
Shout out
Rapid TV.
Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is Rapid TV.
Rapid TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it from left down.
Leave it like that.
From the heart of Africa, where dreams are born and passion is boundless, a new wave of talent rises. In La Liga, these extraordinary athletes are not just playing the game, they're transforming it.
Danny Rodriguez, the man chasing, it's Lamine Yamal! What a magnificent goal that is!
They shine on the world stage. Watch as they redefine football, inspire millions, and make history. La Liga, where dreams become reality.
Welcome back. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has raised the alarm over a severe supply shortage of petrol, exacerbating the fuel scarcity across the country. According to IPMAN Chairman Junior Shina Amo, the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has failed to supply its members with adequate product for the past 3 years. Amo revealed that IPMAN members who control over 3,000 filling stations are struggling to access product, forcing them to rely on private depots that sell at premium prices. He explained that the association's members are not being considered in the supply chain, and the few who manage to get product are doing so at exorbitant prices. Amo attributed the crisis to fuel subsidies and NNPCL's monopoly on importation, calling for a review of the distribution pattern and removal of corruption in the downstream sector to bring down prices. He warned that the situation would continue to worsen unless urgent action is taken to address the supply shortage and pricing issues. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edo, has announced that the sales of crude oil to Dangote Refinery and other local refineries in Naira will commence on October 1, 2024. The decision was made during a meeting with the Implementation Committee on Monday in Abuja, where progress on the transition to crude oil sales in Naira was reviewed. The sales of crude oil in Naira is expected to reduce the strain on the country's foreign spending and stabilize the pump price of petrol, diesel, and other products in Nigeria. The Federal Executive Council had earlier directed the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited to sell crude oil to local refineries in Naira rather than in US dollars. The Finance Ministry has aligned key roles for stakeholders, including the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Central Bank of Nigeria, and Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, to ensure a smooth implementation of the new policy. Significant production increases are expected from the Port Harcourt and Dangote refineries from November 2024. And now to stories from outside Nigeria. Congressional Republicans have formally launched a bid to impeach U.S. President Joe Biden, releasing a report that accuses him of corruption linked to his son's Hunter foreign business affairs. The report, released on the opening day of the Democratic National Convention, alleges that Biden abused his public office for the private financial benefit of his family and associates. However, the report does not provide direct proof of Biden's involvement in his son's business or any wrongdoing. Many of the accusations relate to a period when Biden was out of office, and the document relies on inferences and innuendo about connections between the president and his son. The impeachment bid is seen as a political move unlikely to gain serious traction, with Republicans holding a razor-thin majority in the House and the Democratic-controlled Senate sure to acquit the president if the House were to impeach him. This is not the first attempt to build an impeachment case against Biden, with previous efforts failing to gain momentum. Democratic Republic of Congo is experiencing a surge in mpox cases and deaths, with over 16,700 cases and 570 deaths reported this year. Health Minister Samuel Roger Gamba has described the situation as a continental emergency as the country awaits vaccine deliveries from the US and Japan. The World Health Organization has declared the mpox outbreak in Africa a global public health emergency, with cases reported in several countries, including Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. A new, more deadly strain of mpox has been detected, causing concern among health authorities. Vaccination is seen as a key solution to controlling the outbreak, with the DRC planning to vaccinate 4 million people, including 3.5 million children. The country is expected to receive 50,000 vaccine doses from the U.S. and 3.5 million doses from Japan, with health workers urging people to get jabbed to prevent the spread of the disease. And now moving on to sports, the Nigeria Football Federation is considering appointing Technical Director Austin Eguavon to lead the Super Eagles for the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying fixtures against Benin Republic and Rwanda. This comes after Finidi George's resignation as head coach in June. And with the new coach unlikely to take charge in time for the games, Eguavon previously led the Super Eagles to the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon as interim coach and may be tasked with selecting players and preparing the team for crucial qualifying matches. The Super Eagles will host Benin at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in New York on September 7 before traveling to Kigali to face Rwanda 3 days later. The NFF source revealed that Eguavon is expected to work with local coaches for the short assignments, and as the new head coach will not have enough time to prepare for the games. The decision is yet to be officially confirmed, but Eguavon's experience and familiarity with the team make him a strong candidate to lead the Super Eagles in the upcoming fixtures. Meanwhile, former Sweden manager Jane Andersson is reportedly the leading candidate to take over as coach of Nigeria Super Eagles. According to sources, the 61-year-old is poised to succeed after a 7-year stint with Sweden, which ended in November 2023. Andersson had previously turned down an offer from Latvia, but his experience and pedigree make him a strong contender for the Nigerian national team job. Andersson's managerial credentials are impressive, having led IFK to their first Allsvenskan title in 2016 and subsequently taking charge of the Swedish national team. He led Sweden to the quarterfinals of the 2018 FIFA World Cup, where they were knocked out by England. Despite recent struggles, including missing out on 2022 World Cup and Euro 2024, Andersson's experience makes him a strong candidate to lead the Super Eagles. If appointed, Andersson will be the second Swedish coach to manage the Super Eagles, following Lars Lagerbäck, who guided Nigeria during the 2010 FIFA World Cup. His potential appointment comes as Nigeria prepares to face Benin Republic and Rwanda in the upcoming 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Andersson's fresh tactical approach could be just what the squad needs to succeed in these crucial matches. And that's the much we can take on the news at this time. Before we go, a recap of our major stories. Also threatens fresh strike, issues 21-day ultimatum to federal government. Ex-CJ Anonorgan seeks to overturn CCT judgment at appeal court. IPMAN cries out with a supply shortage as fuel scarcity worsens. Republicans launch bid to impeach President Biden. And in sport, Eguavon may lead Super Eagles against Benin, Rwanda. Thank you so much for staying with us. My name is Cynthia Agbo. Do have yourself a beautiful day ahead.